I think that's why even the people who disagreed with the man look back and say that indeed what this guy was trying to do was way ahead of his time. Even though there are some people who are inheriting something worse they don't know about because they broke up with Kibaki and people said we knew it will not work. We call them Jodongai in Luo. Those old men who sit somewhere but you have to consult them.
Yes, before you do something. Yes.
If you are going to marry and you don't consult them,
you are going to have problems.
You will have problems. Change is on the people who is near you. This LC chairman and it is.
Yeah.
Somebody should be maraming that road and he's just sitting there somewhere. Does he wait for the big man to come and maram for him? Did you vote for that person?
Yes.
Can't you vote him out? Or he will also rig? He will not rig. Vote that person out and put people who are responsible. There's nothing that convinces the local man
side by side
than seeing your leader in front.
Side by side.
Side by side. And it's not just about ODM. It's about what ODM does.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in ODM who are coming because of the policies. The guy saw himself in as the people's president in 2017.
Who saw you mean?
There's a guy with one name which appears twice called Meguna. God, that guy, the general himself. And they played well there also. It was a political move from the government which played out well because they let Raila do what he wants. There are a lot of things after swearing in which the local people here didn't see. You need an army.
Yeah. Even if I vote, like what is going to... There is going to be no...
Let me tell you how it counts. Even if you were to rig, it will be blatant. That is what happened in 2007 because he was trying to rig and the mathematics was not mathematics. Was not mathematics. Yeah, you know. So
hey everyone, welcome back to the Call It What podcast, your space for inciting conversations, bold ideas, and for people who call things what they are. Last week we were here in studio with Rodney, and unfortunately Iggy was not in position to be here. But guess what? He is in studio. Welcome, Engineer Ignatius Mbare.
Thank you very much.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Bana, we missed you.
I appreciate. But you see some commitments are unavoidable.
Yeah.
So I couldn't make it by that time, but I'm glad that I'm available today and maybe in the future.
Right.
Very regularly.
How is the studio?
The setup is cool.
Yeah.
Because we have somewhere to call home. That is our backyard. So we can have somewhere to fall back.
Right.
And re-strategize every time we get a knock on the blind side.
Yeah. We have been sponsored by Iggy Controls Technologies once again. The CEO of Iggy Controls Technologies is here himself.
The founder.
Yeah.
It feels nice to be part of, start something with friends, colleagues, and see it grow and mature up.
Yeah.
So I'm into it. We want to see how far we can go and at least change some lives.
Right.
And impact some lives also.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Those who haven't just subscribed, kindly subscribe, hit that subscription button, share, like, comment, and let us know what you guys want to see in the next podcasts and episodes as well. Today, we are talking about what he meant for East Africans, what he meant for Kenyans, what he meant for Africa, how he contributed to geopolitics in the region.
Yes.
So why are we talking about Raila today, Ignatius?
In the recent past, the last 1 month, there have been a lot of occurrences in East Africa.
Yeah.
A lot of things have happened politically, the way you mentioned, socially, economically. In one way or the other, this guy has influenced those activities. For the last 20 or 30 years in Kenya, magazines were sold majorly because Raila was on the front page. That's a fact.
Right.
In the last 1 month, when unfortunately passed on, for I think a period of 1 week or 2 weeks, the media houses all over was about Raila Odinga. The things that have happened in East Africa at large, for example, Tanzania, they just concluded their elections. The things which were going on that place, somehow the topics were relating to Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
Because those people, some people felt like the elections were not free and fair. There were a lot of transactions under the tables, which were not very open to the public, and you saw protests. People were killed, unfortunately. Some Kenyans were killed there also, unfortunately. And there were a lot of push and pull.
What's your earliest memory of Raila Odinga?
My earliest memories of Raila Odinga was in the early 2000s. There was an election in Kenya in 2002. I was still a young boy in the village there. I was a village riffraff. Interacting with nature and whatever in the village as equals or so. There were a lot of activities in that year because there were a lot of politicians running left, right, and center. But being a young boy, especially during that time, they influence your life because you see people running left, right, and center. You don't know why people are running, but you hear that there's a politician, an MP or a councillor, or whoever the politician is, or an aspirant, who people are running to see. Because that time, we were not very much close to these politicians as it may look these days. So when a politician is coming to your village, people would literally drop what they're doing to run and meet this guy. So those are the first times that my memories were kind of shaken that hey, there's somebody called Raila Odinga is coming. People are running to see this man. So those were my early memories.
Are you from the same region as Raila?
Raila is a Luo.
Hey, he's a Luo, yes.
There are clips that Raila has narrated about the migration of Luos from Barrel Gazelle.
He was someone who was very enthusiastic about
history,
culture and history about
into Uganda,
the Luos as well, yes.
Then into Kenya, their settlement there. Luckily, I'm also a Luo.
Oh.
So by that virtue, I come from the same region. We come from Nyanza. We all Luos. I'm a Luo, like Raila Odinga is a Luo.
Yes. His father was Oginga Odinga.
Yes.
Is he the only son? Is he the only child of Oginga Odinga? Because whenever you hear Odinga, you just hear about his father and you hear about Raila.
That family is really large. Where Raila is buried, KANU Kajaramogi is actually a mausoleum. If you go there, there's a lot of graves. It's a graveyard. A lot of their relatives who have passed on during the time. It's a large home. Oginga Odinga had more than one wife, if not 3 or 4, something like that. Raila had brothers, apart from Uburu, who is his real brother from the same mother.
The youth leader.
They have, the Gen Z leader. They still have, and being in politics, especially in those early ages in Kenya, they had a lot of, what would I call this? Attention.
Attention, yes.
Yeah. So the family is large. And his contribution in early Kenya politics made it even larger. Because everybody want to identify himself like, I'm from Odinga's family.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a large home.
It's largely a political family.
It's a political family.
Was Raila the only one in politics among his siblings?
No. I think people don't... Most people hear about Raila Odinga, because of the enigma that he was, he kind of overshadowed the siblings who are also political, or in politics. So these people are not very much active on the limelight because of the presence of Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga's sister is the current woman rep of Kisumu County, Ruth Odinga.
Ruth Odinga?
Yes.
Okay.
She was the former deputy governor, between 2013 and 2017. And even before that, she was in politics. His brother,
the Gen Z
leader, is the Siaya County Senator. He was an MP over these years from around 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. The guy has been there.
So the family is active in politics?
The family is active. The family is very much active in politics, except that because Raila was always on the limelight, two bulls cannot be in the same...
The same kraal.
Yeah, the same kraal. One has to outdo the other.
Speaking of bulls being in the same kraal, were they were they running in the same party?
Well, from the short history that I know, or some that I've read out there, is that for the larger part, these guys have been united, especially at the dawn of ODM. But before that, during Ford, Raila had other ideas apart from the one the father had. He went and even formed his own.
He was in the father's party.
Yes.
He was in the youth league.
Yes. Then he felt like, no, the young Turks feel like there are some things that we...
So what we are seeing about Gen Zs now is nothing different from what has happened before.
Been.
This has always been.
They have always been Gen Zs of their age and time.
Yes.
And Raila has been part of that Gen Zs from his dawn to sunset.
So he also felt that his father had served his time.
Yeah. There were stories that Raila even stormed his father's meetings with other leaders and said that no, Ford cannot go this way. We have this other a better idea. We cannot just nominate our party leader or flag bearer through delegates, because that would mean that you just pick a few MPs, a few party members, and then they choose the flag bearer who is going to run. But this young man who is coming with people who are saying we go, says no, this party is representing all walks of life. We have to put it on consensus out there, whereby we go to the people and then they give us who should be the flag bearer.
So Ford Kenya had their own things that they were doing.
Yes.
And Raila...
It was actually Ford before Ford Kenya.
It was
there
Ford?
Was Ford Asili, and then there was Ford Kenya.
Oh, so there are two?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even ODM was ODM Kenya before becoming ODM party. In any democratic setup, there is always the majority and the minority.
Yes.
So if the minority feel too much oppressed, they would break away. So that's how Ford broke into Ford Asili and Ford Kenya, and then later LDP, Liberal Democratic Party, and then later they merged. You know, the way the politics is out there, they merged into other parties, coalitions, to fight the regime, because the guy was always, I wouldn't call it activism, but he was, he felt like he was a reformist. That we need to bring reforms, to bring change, to better how things are done. But that's not how some people will see it. Yeah.
So like all his life he was a reformist. He was...
Major part of his life. I would say all his life.
He wanted things to be better. He was looking future.
Yeah.
He had future prospects all his life.
Yeah, that is it.
How did Raila go from being an engineer to politics? Most people, by the way, look at Raila as a politician by profession.
Yes.
We in Uganda here think that Raila grew up a politician. And most times probably people say maybe he did political science or his diplomacy or something.
The guy graduated with a master's in mechanical engineering in Germany. The guy lectured in University of Nairobi up around 1974.
He was even a lecturer.
Yeah. The guy has, Raila Odinga has lectured universities in the US on special occasions, across Africa on special occasions, even going back in University of Nairobi and lecturing even about democracy. So there are things that maybe he did not put out there, that this is who I am. The guy established it's called Spectra. You could go together with this brother. It's a family business. Spectra is basically for chemicals. It's an engineering institution. They're manufacturing gas, petroleum products, things like these cylinders. It's whispered that Pro Gas and etc. They established a molasses plant in Kisumu. It is owned by the Odinga family. That was the whispers. So you can't just walk out of a roadside kiosk and establish an engineering firm and make it successful.
No, you can't do
You
that.
have to have some background in a bit of engineering. Yeah. So this guy had his career, but you see, there's your call by the virtue of being born through his political lineage, who his father was. You know, you can give birth to a child who takes after you, everything in totality.
As
he may be a doctor, but because you are a lawyer, he has his law in him. So that is who Raila became. He turned out to be more political than the engineer.
How did Kenyan politics actually shape him to be who he is now?
it was rough. It shaped him rough, because if you read through history, we learned that this guy was detained for very many years because he was trying to advocate for change. The regime at that time felt that Kenya doesn't deserve a multi-party setup.
Dispensation.
They feel that once we have KANU of that time, it is the ruling party, and that should be the it. But this guy comes back and he has his ideas. He has seen how things are happening out there in the world. He feels, no, we should actually have a democratic setup whereby everybody is heard. So through coming and trying to put that across, this guy found himself in the other side of the law, whereby he was detained after the coup attempt in 1982. He was in prison, and the occurrences of that is out there. Being locked up for very many years and tortured, not just locked up,
but tortured.
Tortured. You are tortured. You are not fed well, and to beat all this psychologically, you are the son of a former vice president.
You see, that's what actually beats my understanding. Yeah. He is a son of a very influential person.
Yes.
A former vice president.
Yes.
But he sat in a jail cell for 7 years. 8 years.
Yes.
He sat in a jail cell for 8 years.
Yes.
Even after being son of an influential person.
Yes.
How make it make sense? Because you see, in today's society, that wouldn't happen.
Yes.
I know there was a fallout with his father and all of that. The multi-party fight. What really brought up multipartyism? Because I know at some point he was actually charged for treason. So what?
Alongside other people who were hanged.
Oh.
Yes.
So he was also due to.
Yeah, he was condemned. The guy was condemned during the time that he was in prison. He was in condemnation. It wasn't just any other charge. It was a coup attempt. You know, coup is treason attempt. This is treason. You need to be hanged, or maybe shot, or put on the electric chair. So the guy was condemned. It can make sense because by the fact that his father had fallen out from the favor of the government, and then him being that this guy is very radical in his ideas, and he has also seen how politics is going outside Kenya or Africa. He can literally rally people here and tell them, you guys don't be sleeping on your ear. You are being fed peanut, while the guys are eating bread up there, or honey. So let us be radical. If we cannot get it through the table or through democracy, give us a right to decide. Give the Kenyan people the right to decide who should lead them. Because that time you realize that the first president was a president for over 18 years. Yes. Followed by the then president, President Moi, was served for 24 years. You know, that is because there are no elections which were not being held.
Yes.
I don't think
it was a single party rule.
Before 1978, and even from there up to around 1992, there were no elections. So that means you don't have any say. The guy serves until the wish of God. So this guy felt that no,
we need something better.
We need something better, whereby the people, if this is democracy, as the constitution states, that it is democracy is the government by the people, for the people, then we have to be having a right to choose who is leading ABCD. But people cannot take it very easy, especially from the occurrence of the things that they have done before. They know that if I get out of this place, these people are going to come for me. And his father had fallen off with the government, and he was in exile a lot of times. I grew up knowing that guy is magical, mysterious.
Odinga.
He was under house arrest, detention, where he could not interact with the rest of the people. His son was exiled. Raila was exiled. There are clips where he narrates how he was ferried through Lake Victoria into Uganda, and he had different names, sometimes as a clergy. Then he went to Norway, where he stayed for some time until things calmed down a bit.
So that was after he came out from detention.
It was on and off stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see, when you're fallen out of favor with the guys who are on the law, then I don't think they will spare you, because at that time the law was still immature. Yeah, this African right we have now, people are going, these Gen Z's protests who are not there. And that time they were also outcried by the then Gen Z's from the University of Nairobi, by the way. And some of them have come out and narrate what it used to look like. Somebody like Professor Nyong'o, Anyang' Nyong'o, he narrated how he was a lecturer in University of Nairobi, and his passport was taken because he was supposed to go and attend some conference delegation in Southern Africa and lecture people about democracy. There are some police who would be sent to your house, and then they break down the doors and go to your bookshelves and see. They find, what are you reading?
Yes.
Are you reading about overthrowing governments?
Are you reading?
That even his passport was taken. Even Nyong'o himself went into exile. Yeah, he went to Mexico. Yeah, he narrates his life there because they didn't want anybody who is having ideas. Yes. They felt that the students from University of Nairobi are learning some things in that book, which you can be sleeping, and then they come and take over. That's why in the 1982 coup, they went for those people. Yeah.
I want to know the period where he actually came back and he became an influence. Because after his 8-year jail term, he was on and off, in and out. When was that time he realized that, okay, now I need to go to Kenya, I need to build something, I need to build a revolution?
Late 80s, let me say early 90s, when Kenya became a multi-party state in 1992. Raila vied for a seat, MP seat.
Raila vied for an MP seat.
Yeah, and he won. That was Langata. He vied in Langata and he won. So when he won, then he becomes part of the legislators, isn't it? This guy made funny moves because at some point he even joined the same people who took him to prison. He joined KANU.
You know, and
party at that time.
And you know that has been his iconic. You know, if I may say, that has been something that defined him.
And it is very fierce. We look like enemy. Then after we go back, resolve, and we work together. That's kind of handshakes. The famous
handshakes.
So the guy handshook with Moi, joined Moi. They worked with Moi up to around 97. Then between that time, things didn't move on very well because of being radical politically. He says, no, we have to be having a constitution which works, and there should be term limits, and there should be things like that. We need to amend constitutions, things like that. So when they ran for 1997, where he runs for president alone because he is now broken up with the same KANU he joined, they have a law that you can only run for 2 terms. So Moi won 1992, he wins 1997, but that by that virtue, it means that 2002 is going home. He's not vying again. That is through the fight that Raila was fighting for, isn't it?
For that amendment to be done.
Yeah, that's a win, because now, if this guy is proving clever, then we can put some bills and pass them and amend them in there. Then when now we interpret it, we come back and tell you that you are not eligible to vie again because you have served your 2 terms. So you
need to go home.
This kind of things made people start liking this guy. Even the people who are his fierce enemies, who say that, anyway, if I did not brought that idea, then we would have not. Even in Luo Nyanza, there are people never used to follow that guy like that, blindly like that. There were people like James Orengo,
yes.
Professor Nyong'o. There were people from all walks of life who said no. And his father's followers party also said that young boy should keep quiet.
He's very radical. He talks a lot.
So because of the things that he did and how he did them, and somehow people look back and say, indeed, he was fighting for a good cause. Many people start loving this guy. So that brings us to 2002, where there was something called Rainbow. It was an
alliance.
Yeah, between NAC and I don't know, LDP and ETC and some other nini. Now that is the wave that made me first hear about politicians when they are running around. You know, when you run around them, they will say, "You
They're
children,
doing campaigns,
queue there." You'll be giving some small loose change.
I had back then when there were campaigns or when a politician was coming in, or a president or a high-profile person, children line up there with leaves.
Yes, that is it. You line up on the side. You'll be trying to put your head, even though you are shorter or smaller, to just see, who is this guy? That is Raila, the son of Odinga. That is Oburu. That is who. That is so. And during the, the campaigns, the way they are there, they're very, I may say chaos, but not in the sense of boxing each other. Because people are
very boisterous. Everyone is... It's like a facade.
That we see that, he says Kibaki Tosha. Now it's a big campaign. People are vying, and
we expected that Raila would be the next.
Yes.
He fought for this, and he had the intention to actually rule. And 2002 was the perfect, because he had already gained momentum. How does Kibaki Tosha come into?
I think that's why even the people who disagreed with the man look back and say that indeed what this guy was trying to do, the political move that he was trying to do, was way ahead of his time. I would say that, because there are people who disagree with him that no, these guys betrayed the Luos in 1963s when he had the chance of becoming the president, but he said that no, his father,
we want our prisoners,
get the guys who are in prison, release and make.
So that was the Jomo Kenyatta. Yes,
that
we
are free.
Yes,
that's what his father says. But 2 years out from 1963,
after independence, he was ousted.
He's ousted and he's removed out from the VP. So that betrayal, and even there were assassinations during that time between the 60s up to around 90s. There were a lot of political assassinations. Sadly, some of them were from the Luo area. So it built something which was negative towards the other people, that these people have betrayed us. If he was installed, he would have basically left for this man. But he kicks him out. How can his son come and bring for us somebody from his community and say that, no, this is the man to rule us? So there are a lot of people who said, no. We can't go that direction. But he had a move that these people didn't see. In a democracy setup, you win. The majority wins. To make majority wins, you look at people who can bring the numbers.
Yes.
So the guy knew that if I install this guy, if he installs Kibaki from the Kikuyu community, Kikuyu community are going to rally behind their son, who is Kibaki. That means that's a block votes, isn't it? Him being from the Luo community and is in conjunction with the president himself, who are excited that we are forming the government. So they're rallying behind that man, isn't it?
Yes.
Then these other communities who they have brought together in that alliance, the Kamba, etc., surely
there would be a divided.
They would win and form the government. And that indeed worked, because they hosted, actually it was against Uhuru Kenyatta at that time, who was presented by the then outgoing president, President Mo.
And you see, I'm seeing what people didn't see is, because I know Kenyan politics is highly tribalistic.
Yes.
But what he did, he raised that tribalistic.
He raised the bar.
He actually raised the bar, and he was like, guys, look, this is just beyond tribes.
Yes.
And of course, by then, people didn't see it like that.
Work with these guys.
Can really work with these guys, and they had their back and forth. But now is when this Gen Z protests that you're seeing, Mandamano, that happened about 2 years ago, and even up to now, you can't see any tribal lines.
The Gen Zs of 2024 were not, even the Gen Zs right now. That's a fact. Even though there are some people who are inheriting something worse they don't know about, nothing about. But indeed, this guy was having ideas. During the installation of Kibaki, that's when I first heard of the word manifesto. I was like, what is manifesto? This guy comes with words, by the way. In his ears, his handshakes, he coined some words to relate to them. So what is manifesto? Manifesto is you write your ideas and policies of what you are going to do, your promises
in your
to
term.
the people. That make me this. I'm going to make Kibaki the president. We are going to have free education for primary, isn't it?
Yes.
Free primary education. That time, parents were paying fees. You are paying watchman. You are buying chalks. You are buying books. You are buying. So if this guy comes and promises you that, deep in the corners of the village where there is no electricity, somebody will be like, if you have a parent that time, parents, they have like 12 kids in primary. You are like, this man has saved me.
At least my
guy because of his manifesto. His manifesto is saying something that
at least my children can reach P8.
Yeah, not like a politician who just comes out of nowhere and says, vote me in. I'm going to bring change. Which change?
Which change?
Write it in manifesto and say, these are the ideas of the things we are promising you. Erase the bar from other politicians who are just coming and going.
And just say, and Kenyans keep tabs, by the way.
Yeah,
you write something in the manifesto, and you are going to be held accountable for what you actually put in there.
So by having the manifesto of the ideas they were going to do with Kibaki, they were capturing the votes of the people who are following our people syndrome. They are capturing the votes of the middle class guys. These middle class guys hardly participate in politics. I mean, these voting processes. They feel like, I just want to work, eat, and go home as long as my life is okay.
My life is okay.
But if this guy is promising you electricity, of course, even if you are in middle class and you are tired of rationing and you're tired of power up and down, and this guy says that we have our dams that we need to build to produce more power. You as a middle class person will feel you will relate with that idea and say that we need to install this guy.
We need it.
We need this man.
Yes.
So he got support from all walks of life. Of course, they worked with the man 2002, 2003, fell out in 2004, 2005 when he brought the referendum and said, no,
we need to...
This is not what we agreed on. We agreed to install you, but to do ABCD. When you are doing this, development cannot just go in one area. Because by the virtue that you are the president, you are now taking half of ministries to your own people. The other regions of you are living out also voted for you. So we have to bring a system whereby, even though you are the president, but the other people also can receive development. So through that, they brought a referendum in 2005 when I was now a bit mature. I could read and write.
Yes. And actually understand.
Yeah, you can literally understand the political sways. That time, that's when they formed the ODM, Orange Democratic Party, and then Kibaki also, because they broke up with Kibaki and people said, we knew it will not work. Those are, we call them Jodonga H in Luo. Those old men who sit somewhere, but you have to consult them.
Yes, before you do something, yes.
If you are going to marry and you don't consult them,
you are going to have problems.
You will have problems. So those guys were like, you see, we said this and that. But this guy came with the referendum, which was good. It was a referendum to change some articles, to bring, amend the constitution. There are sections which they wanted to be amended, which later materialized in 2010. And they were fighting for devolution.
That is where the 2010 constitution
they began during
reforms.
Those ages. Of course, there were bills before that, but it started becoming a bit realistic that time, that people are accepting that. How many people are saying that we change this thing? You are voting this. How many people are saying that we keep this thing? You are voting this. So those are the times that they formed these parties. You know, when you are doing that, you have to reform. You have parties that you identify with when you are going to elections. So that's when they formed ODM Kenya. And then something happened in their coalition, and Kalonzo Musyoka ran with the ODM Kenya. So they had to come back with Ruto and Uhuru and reorganize our own. We are going to call ODM party. The chungwa, the one with the orange. So that is how it went. They went into the election. The guy was very radical, and the election of 2007 was known that the man has really suffered for this thing. It is the time for him to hold the bulls by the horns and steer us the way we want us to go. But as fate may have it, things happened, people fought. Then 2010 came and we said, let us have a new constitution which is not centralized like it has been, where the person is the winner takes everything. Let us devolve this thing whereby the arms of the government, the ministries, are reaching all parts of the country, isn't it? That was 2010, the evolution, the promulgation. Then it started playing effect in 2013 when Uhuru Kenyatta was in power, isn't it? Yes. Now that we have upper house and the lower house, the
senators
Senate
and the governors,
and the MPs, and the senators are overseeing MPs. So the budget is slashed. There's national budget, and then there's county budget, because county guys are also collecting revenues from parking and etc. stuff
and what, and markets
a lot of stuff. So they need to manage that money before taking it to the treasury. You cannot take money to the treasury when you don't have good schools.
Good schools, yes.
Children are going in dilapidated toilets and sitting in. You
can't maintain your government schools. Yes.
So first do the things. So they devolve some ministries. That was because of devolution. So when the budget is coming to all the sections of the country,
it is equally.
Blame
divided.
Your governor, blame your MP.
Don't blame the national government.
Correct. So the winner takes it all as is out of the way, isn't it? Because now he is the one who is misappropriating his budget. So question your own leader, who you relate with. You don't go and blame another community.
Yeah.
But your governor is buying one pen at 2 million Uganda shillings. Does it make sense?
It doesn't make sense.
These guys, until you go and audit them, you will be shocked. Yes.
Yeah. So Raila was a very resilient leader, in that he always had a way of coming back.
Yes.
Even before his demise, you would see him involved in Gen Z protests.
Yes.
Even in today's politics, you would find that he has an upper hand. He has a say. He had a way of handling tough losses. How did that really come about?
That's why I said earlier that this guy was ahead of his time. He was ahead of his time, that he learned that we can use even our enemies to our favor. This guy recognized that even though I've lost, I as Raila Odinga may have lost, but my people deserve better. You are doing this, but we can support each other and do this. That is one. He was an ideologist.
He was an ideologist.
Number two,
yes.
This guy found a way of unifying the Kenyans. Unity. They say, divided we fall, united we stand. This guy somehow found a way of unifying Kenyans as the umbrella of Kenyans, not Luos, not Kambas,
but Kenyans as Kenyans.
Not even Kikuyus. Like this guy, they are sycophants. This guy had sycophants because, number three, it was fearless. You know the qualities you have as a leader, and then you begin to have people believing in you. You don't even believe you can do it, but the people who believe in you push you and make you believe that
you can actually do it.
This thing is
achievable. You can do it.
That is being fearless. That guy was fearless.
He was resilient.
Look at his protests, demonstrations. The guy in many occasions was shot at. He was seen in rallies.
He was in the front line.
Maybe the state have an idea of getting
him out. Yes.
But somehow he's there with the local man. There's nothing that convinces the local man
side by side
than seeing your leader in front.
Side by side,
and he's putting on the saucepan. Is this sufuria?
The saucepan,
yes. In his head, and saying, we don't have anything to cook in this sufuria. We are going to cook it in our head.
Until
bring down the price of posho. Yes. Bring down the price of flour. And you recognize people were relating with him. He was fearless. So these are the things which made this guy. And then he was charismatic. I want to tell you that for me at time, some few occasions I attended some of his rallies. This guy has something that I don't know how to call it. There's some power that this man had. Do you know Raila would go to
the
regions whereby he's hated the most? Yeah, he has some charm. But by the virtue that the Raila is coming, those people want to go and see
who is
that guy. So wherever that guy was going, there were a mammoth of crowd. Guys are all over pushing each other left, right, and center to see who is this guy. Even his enemies are going to see
who is
I
this
talk
guy?
about this guy, but what
is he going to
see? Is he really a human being? Yeah. So this guy was just having psychophancy.
Yeah.
And then he united these people under one umbrella. They say if you want to go to war without the support of your own people, then it's a lost cause. But this guy found a way of uniting his people, including the guys who thought that things would go this way, the ones who worked with his father.
Right.
He told them that when you go alone, and I go alone, and another person go alone, we are dividing ourselves. Isn't it? If we had 20,000 votes, you will take 5, I will take 9, the other one will take others, isn't it?
He had a concept of unity.
If we unite and rally one person, all your followers, mine and the other one, will give us that 20,000 votes. If it is 2 million, if it's a region, for example, Nyanza region, Luos basically, and they give me 2 million votes, I will go to the other communities and tell them that let us form a coalition, and I'm pretty sure we are going to form the government. I'm going to lay down my plan of how to form the government, isn't it? In my region, I'm coming with 2 million votes. The registered voters are 10 million, or maybe they are 15 million. But in my region, I'm bringing 2 million. Bring for me 1.
Bring the other
this
one.
Community bring
1.5.
If we make 8 million, that is already half of 15. We are in government.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So these guys are going to believe in whatever this man is saying.
Yes.
And he will go to his community and say that this is the man.
Yeah.
Make this guy the president. Then we will be in government to do ABCD things. So that way, he rallied the campus, he rallied the people from the coast, he rallied the people from Northeastern, he rallied the people from what, and he included them in one party called ODM. So you'll realize that the ODM party was having all communities. It is not just a Luo party.
Yes.
It is having people from all communities. Inclusivity. They're fighting. Even the women are inside there.
Well, yes.
And you know, if you win the heart of the women, you have a,
was Amilo Gesa one of the people that came through? Because I saw her during the send-off.
Amilo Gesa is a Luo. Yeah, she's married.
Did she come through? Did she come through ODM party as well?
Yeah, in Nyanza, the same way I told you that Raila found a way of unifying his people, the unity. The one that gave him the bargain on the national table. There are some people who have made it to the government through other parties which are not ODM, but you find out that they are 1 out of 100. So Amilo that's a staunch ODM person. It's not just about ODM, it's about what ODM does.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in ODM who are coming because of the policies, because of the ideas and the manifestos. Yeah. So that is how this man became loved. And indeed people felt that this is the guy to oust that president out of this seat. Or tell the president that if the price of fuel doesn't go down, tomorrow we are going to the streets. And indeed people would go. Indeed people would go. The guy saw himself as the people's president in 2017.
Who saw you mean?
There's a guy with one name which appears twice called Meguna. That guy, the general himself.
Meguna.
The guy saw Raila in. There is a lawyer, an advocate called TJ Kajwang, who also saw him. He gave him the oath. So he had, by the constitution, once you have advocate and somebody to give you the oath, magistrate, then you just need to have a Bible somewhere, and then the other guys will give you the oath, and then they will induct you. So Meguna saw Raila in, and that was another act of a bold move, because that one, it was kind of political. People believe this man is winning this thing. Of course, these guys, by the virtue of those of Uhuru and Ruto, these young guys, they were also through Raila, and they know his moves, of course, and they know how power is taken too. They somehow found their ways of manipulating. I would say that, because there were questions which were asked, and even that election was nullified in the petition. It was taken to court. The Chief Justice Maraga nullified that election and said there were a lot of discrepancies. people should go for re-election. Raila refused to go because he said if the referee is still the same, we still have Martin Atkinson or Tyler.
Yeah.
Anthony Taylor as the referee between Arsenal and Man United. And he favored Arsenal people by giving them 2 penalties and our people 3 red cards. You want a rematch with the same referee?
Yes.
Do you expect different results?
No.
So he said if that is the same electoral body, there's no point of doing
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so these guys also found other people who went and fight with them. Of course, they took the presidency, but Raila said, I am going to swear in also, if you swear in. So this rallied a lot of people and said, can this guy do that really? The guy says things which people don't think are practical. But he did it.
He's a dreamer.
The guy did that thing. He was moving from, when he comes to Kisumu, the people come to the streets with the Bible and give him, Baba, Bible is here, swear in.
Swear in, we want to move forward.
Bible is here, swear in. So it materialized until the pressure was too much on the
And he
man.
said, let him do it.
He went to the Uhuru Park. The people came there.
You know,
a lot of people came there.
That's what I was saying. You know, it's when someone is going to swear in,
Yes.
and the government is looking on.
Yes.
How make it make
that
sense?
was a very critical time because on this side there's government, on the other side there's
Because I believe there was tension and some bit of.
There was a lot of tension, my friend. People were dying. But sad thing about the fight for change, there are some things that we call that casualties of revolution. Some people will be knocked over, but they are dying for good cause. Which is always try to be on the safer side, even though you are fighting, but use your head sometimes.
Yeah, be logical.
Smart,
be logical.
So some people died, unfortunately, even though they were innocent, because some events, the occurrences, they can just stop a bus and then they get everybody down and they tell them, show us your ID. So if your ID says a name which is what, we are killing you. You know, that's what, you can't avoid that.
You can't.
Even if you are
it's more or less like a genocide.
So people died, and because people died, the man said, I am going to swear in for the people who have died for me. So those of Miguna, Kajwang, and his
James
colleagues, the man went and took the Bible and swore in as the people's president. The government on the other side was having international community looking over that, are you going to kill these guys? And these people had records in the ICC, International Criminal Court, because of the post-election violence of 2007. So it was a very critical time. And they played well there also. It was a political move from the government, which played out well because they let Raila do what he wants. Because, you know, just after swearing in, you need to form a cabinet. There are a lot of things after swearing in, which the local people here didn't see. You need an army.
Yeah. You need actually a full-blown government.
Yes.
To start running.
Yeah, you just don't need to have ministers that so and so is minister for lands or so and so is minister for
You need the technocrats.
You need a state house.
Yes.
Okay, you can capture the one from your region. But now, who is your chief of defense? Who is your CF?
CDF.
Who is your CDF? You need that person. That means you need machineries.
Yes.
So those logistics came into play. The guy went and did an handshake with the Uhuru. Brought something called BBI, and people cried, why is he uniting with the Uhuru again? Ruto was kicked out because now the enemy has come to work with us. 2022, things like that.
I look back at Africa and I look at his movements, the way he handles politics. And it makes me think back of the Mandelas, the Thomas Sankara, the people who have been resilient, you know, the rights of Kwame Nkrumah. How do you rate Raila Amollo in context of Africa? Because Africa has got giants in the recent past.
Yes, and he's among the giants.
Yeah. He was actually living.
Have you seen that?
He was a living testament of what Africa
enigma.
deserves.
Even until now, a month after he's laid to rest, people are still visiting his burial site. People from all over Africa to just see if indeed this guy has really passed on
because of his contributions to the continent.
People cannot die today. If you have not contributed anything, they will lay you to rest and people will leave. we have laid to rest Jomo Kenyatta, Kibaki, we have laid to rest Daniel Moi. Those are people who received state burials, just like Raila. But after his burial, nobody talks about anything.
Legacy is what people
the legacy
look at.
that this guy left behind. During his burial, people came from all over Africa, from Zimbabwe, from South Africa, from Nigeria. You see, Nani was there.
Obasanjo was there himself.
Yeah.
Even at that advanced age, he says, I have to go. I saw also Dr. Olaro Tuno, Ambassador Dr. Olaro Tuno was also there. So.
That is, hey, my friend. Now, that is because of the impact that this guy had beyond the borders of Kenya. This guy has participated in peacekeeping missions, peace and reconciliations in Burundi. I think in the 90s, early 90s, 1990 there, between Hutu and the Tutsi.
Where there was that ethnic tension there.
Yeah, then he's been in Zimbabwe during Morgan Tsvangirai and the then president Robert Mugabe. He has the guy was vying lately for earlier this year. He was vying for the AUC chairman.
Yes.
Against the Ethiopian guy.
Ethiopian. The Ethiopian guy.
That guy.
Because I saw he was moving all around Africa trying to.
He was trying to
gather some momentum.
Yes. The guy was there. The guy was minister in charge of infrastructure in AU. Yeah. Where he was sitting in Ethiopia. Yeah. He had his arms outside. He had his impact. Because he showed up when Mugabe was supposed to be going. You know, the one for 2008?
2008.
For Mugabe and Tsvangirai was
the reforms of 2010, yes.
That guy was going home.
Mugabe was going home.
The guy was going home. Tsvangirai had a wave which we could not manage. But because of an imperialist who he was, he decided to cling to power. Cote d'Ivoire. Loro Bagbo. Loro Bagbo. I say Loro Bagbo because of another veteran journalist, radio presenter in Kenya. He was called Agao Patrobas. He used to pronounce that thing like Loro Bagbo. When you read it, it's Laurent Bagbo.
Yes.
But because the guy was a vocal, a fluent person in linguist. He's a linguist. Bagbo now refused to leave power even though he was losing. Isn't it? This man went there for peace and reconciliation in West Africa. So
why don't we Africans capitalize on such leadership? Because very many leaders, of course I know there has been divisions here and there, and we have got leaders who really feel like clinging to regional power or power within their, is all that matters. But I feel like unity has to come with such leaders. The African Union. Why isn't Africa united even after having such enigmas? Kwame Nkrumah came with the same vision.
Yes.
His time went on. Nelson Mandela came.
Yes.
As Thomas Sankara.
Nyerere.
Now we are seeing the whole phase of Raila Amollo's, generation. What should we do better as, leaders of tomorrow, or, the people who are going to watch this in the future? What should Africa do?
Africa will realize that they are doing things in a wrong way. Until they realize that things can be done better, they will not realize. They will not do anything. They will not improve. But I'm glad because of the current uprisings.
Because I'm seeing some in Tunisia.
Where people are saying that we can do things better. This is because of the effects of education. Once somebody is learned, he has gone to school, even those people who did reforms back in Kenya or wherever, you will hear these people have some little bit of background of education. It changed them. It make them see things in a more civilized way.
Exposed.
Because when we were colonized, we were tuned to a particular direction, and then we never kept our head out of that place. But there are people like Raila Odinga who came and then pulled us out of that darkness and showed us that, no, we have a right to do this, we have a right to that, we have a right to this, we have a right to picket and demonstrate peaceful protests. Actually, that is an article in the constitutions of Kenya where if you feel like the government is not doing things right, you wake up one morning, you go and report to the police, they give you a OB, and they should give you security. As you carry your twigs, and you picket, and you blow those your vuvuzelas and the whistles, and you say, we want change. Until that happens, then Africa, we are still doomed. Because that will mean that things will be done the same way they were done when we were colonized, or the same way they were done in the 90s or in the 70s. But with the advancement of technology, we also need to change. Change is constant. By Einstein. Albert Einstein says change is constant. I like that quote because of the irony it puts. I mean, change is the opposite of the word constant. Whatever is constant doesn't change. But change in itself changes. So change is constant. It keeps changing. If we stay as we were back then we don't expect anything else. We will still be having a trickle-down effect of something very small than we deserve. But if people go to school and see that indeed we don't need to wait for the government to come and give us jobs, we can create employment by ourselves.
There are people who are starting to question, what is this democracy? Because you find people like Professor Patrick Loch,
PLO
Lumumba, Otieno Lumumba, saying that the democracy that was left for us in Africa, does it really work for Africa?
It was a guided democracy to fool Africa.
Exactly.
It was a guided democracy. That's a fact. That is a fact. And most of the time that the wish of the people is not respected. That is a fact. It is a guided democracy where
systematic.
There's a system. There's a cabal who sit down and tune your life. When you are still sleeping, before you wake up, they sit down on a table and say that we are going to do ABCD. We are going to roll this out. And it is sadly because the people who were given to go and be our police dogs there, who are the MPs, all over the democracy setups, they can be bought. Literally, somebody will table a bill, like one bill which was tabled recently, which was signed by the president recently, the cybercrime bill. The bill of where the government has a right to shut down internet and do this and that.
I think that was signed during that whole send-off of Raila Amollo.
That is why people felt like this thing was really against whatever this guy fought for over this time, all this while, isn't it? One, because that one is shutting you up. The internet right now is the mouth. This is where people are vocal. But if you say something on the internet, and then the government has a right, without court order, to come and pick you. When they are coming to pick you, you need to be informed that there's this thing which you did, bring yourself. If you refuse, then they come. But this one is a situation whereby they come and pick you without any court order. And then whatever they're going to do, that means abductions will be there and you will do anything, nothing. That means there will be no freedom that the man fought for. There will be no justice. Because when somebody is disappeared for 4 years, where's justice to his people? So these are the things that if the Gen Zs of now, who are telling Raila last year that Baba sit at home and let us take the mantle from here henceforth, if they cannot be allowed to have their voices out there, then where is the change?
True. Now, speaking of Baba, sit back, let us move. Let us now pick it up from where you have left. What next after Baba?
There has been a question over the last 1 month, or during that time, that who is going to take over as the kingpin of the Luos and whatever.
Kingmaker.
Who is going to be giving people direction? Like right now, the government is going to squeeze your heads there.
No one is going to go out and speak out.
And do this. There have been a lot of people who are vocals even during the times that Baba was. Even in his party, there was Babu Wino, who during the sunset days of Baba, he looked like he was defeating because of his stance. There are people like Edwin Sifuna. There are people like the daughter. Yesterday, Winnie. Yesterday, the ODM was celebrating 20 years.
And they gave her audience.
Gave her podium too. You see the way she talked family and said that we will not have people who are in ODM during the day, but in the night they are discussing how to sell ODM to the government. Because that is a question, the big question of where ODM is going to stand in the next election.
Winnie is such a character, by the way.
That lady is very firm. You saw even during the time that the Nini was, the father was being brought back, their participation, she takes after the father.
We really hope that, Baba's legacy is actually, moved on and it's not really trampled on.
It is upon the youth. And the problem is the participation of the youth, that you don't register for voters, you don't vote. Somebody said something very funny, that the youths, you will register as a voter in Kampala, but in the nature of your unemployment and status, they will bring the agents who are going to oversee the election process, and then you will want to have that job. If they told you that, the election, this upcoming election, we want you to become our returning officer in Kunjiri.
Yes.
And we are going to give you this money. You are registered in Kampala, but you will be in Kunjiri at that time. You will go and take that job. That means your vote will not count in that election. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So we want to encourage the youths to be able to register as voters and show up and exercise their
Of course, now,
right.
most people be like, is it going to count? Does my vote count?
It counts. It counts, by the way. That is one thing that I always assure people.
Because people be like, even if I vote, like, what is going to... There's going to be no...
It counts. Unless
change.
you don't believe in democracy. But if you believe in democracy, it counts. It really counts. Even if it is one vote. Let me tell you how it counts. When each youth show up, like by stats right now, youth are around 60 to 70% of the population, of the people the voters. If this 60% of the people show up, the polling station will be manned by them. That means they will be there when the returning officer is reading A and B, isn't it? So if you read wrong and those people are seeing there that you are reading wrong, we don't have to wait for the final tally. But here in this polling station, we as youths, we are manning this vote. Out of here, this one has won this, has got this, and the other one has got that.
Fair and square.
Fair and square. That result, you go home with it as you, and as him, and as another person, and as another person. You tally that. Even if you were to rig, it will be blatant. That is what happened in 2007, because he was trying to rig, and the mathematics was not mathematics. Yeah, you know. So even though they do that, the next time they will be scared and say, no, for the MPs and etc., you are on your own. Be concerned about your MPs. These are the people who should be bringing change to your people. People are looking at the big offices, and big offices are just briefed. Status of the security, food security, things like that, isn't it? But the real change is on the people who is near you. This LC chairman and etc.
Yeah.
Somebody should be maramming that road and he's just sitting there somewhere. Does he wait for the big man to come and maram for him? Did you vote for that person?
Yes.
Can't you vote him out? Or he will also rig? He will not rig. Vote that person out and put people who are responsible.
Accountability.
Change begins small as it grows out. You can't start from up
and go down. It starts from down.
Start from here. Get people who are the LC water down here as you go to the MPs out there, as you go up, as you go up. So if you have these responsible people here, they will be vocal enough and say that indeed the route going to such a place is impossible.
Yeah.
That one you don't need to vote the big man out.
It is this one down here.
So that's why your vote counts. If you're asking me why your vote counts.
Interesting. Yeah. So your parting shot?
I believe Africa in the next 20 is going to be a different Africa. Projecting the things that are happening, I believe that in the next 20 years, Africa will be better. That is it. Yeah. Actually, I cap it at 20.
We are looking at better.
I'm capping it at 20.
But even before that, there are going to be things that are going to happen.
Between now and 20 years, there are a lot of things which will happen here in Africa.
Yeah. 2040.
A lot of African countries got their independence in 1960s upwards.
Yeah.
So I believe in 2040s upwards, we have fresh leaders. Whether democracy or
different ideologies.
Whether democracy or no democracy. That is it. 2045 upwards.
Well, that is it from us. The Quality World Podcast. This has been really, really exciting. And thank you guys for tuning in up to where we are at right now. Until the next one, from us to you, peace out.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos.